things like, you know, when you see an opening, how to actually, because, you know, walking how we did, I know we were just basically assuming there was one road and we're on it, but, you know, if there isn't a gap in the woods, you wouldn't just walk by and be like, yeah, you'd actually want guys to take cover on that.
Right.
On anything that basically you deem a threatening area, you will then change how you're walking.
I went high
no longer just be in a formation. You'll either have weapons turned on, moving through, or a different type of formation.
You know the paths back there. There were paths, you know, there was a path, and then there was immediately a short path this way. And anyone at any minute could come around any of those corners. And in my instance, I was at a high ready on that side because that's the side I was on. For that reason, you know, you just can't assume it's going to come from the road, like you said, in front of you.
Exactly, and like you said, also this is the crawl. This is the crawl phase of that.
Right.
So we're on step 2. That's step 13. So excellent to all you guys are thinking about that. So
try to recognize points of ambush. Like when we were coming down, I saw that ridge and I smelled it.
what is that? That's tunnel vision, right?
Yeah.
That's not maintaining situational
That was
awareness.
pyrotechnics.
I tried. That was fabulous too. No, I was scanning just the ridge line, and I ran right into the trip line, and that was a fantastic.
Hey, don't feel bad because just before you popped it, as we were moving back into the position, even though everybody in my group knew where it was, one of my own men stepped on it, and he knew where it was. So don't feel so bad, you know. It's all right. I'm good at this. You're not supposed to see it.
The whole point was the proof points while maintaining situational awareness. Another thing, I think when we debriefed in the field individually, everybody was talking about covering your little piece of the pie, right? All eyes out. So if you've got contact left and you've got a guy here and a guy here, and they're engaging, they're gonna have a fairly small piece of the pie, right? So the people behind them have to suck that up because we got 360 degrees. So that's the big thing is the situational awareness, covering all the angles like you guys said. You know, I mean, and realistically, if you got other trails like you said, we're gonna post up, set up perimeter, defense. It's just a huge thing like that. But we're just doing small squad movement through. So
Learn to completely adapt to your situation.
exactly. Does anybody else have anything? Not just squad leaders. Anybody? Go ahead.
One of the things for the first group, you guys were loud walking down that trail, and I know that it's crawl, walk, run, and all that, but I heard you way before I even saw you, and I just barely saw you when I did. And the first 4 people walked past me anyway.
The contrast to that, the second group, quiet as church mice.
Yeah.
I saw them before I heard them.
No, they weren't.
You,
They were quiet, but they got caught.
well, you had a dog too. I mean, that's.
I was the guy.
Does anybody have
who
anything
went
else?
to
Yeah, no, I know.
Go ahead.
Falling back.
But my battle buddy got hit.
Let's pay attention, guys. What'd you say, everybody?
Falling back, knowing the exact order. Point man was the first one to go out.
Right.
Second man, third man, fourth man.
And that's where the tap comes in, because you know when you tap your shoulder, it's your turn to expend some rounds and then bail out, right? So that was the whole point of that. So I think this is a good stepping point for what we need to work on for next time, right? And we're going to try to plan some cool stuff for next year. We're already talking about next year. We're going to try to get out in the woods a little bit, set up fobs, have like a red team and a blue team, start probing perimeters and working like big scenario stuff.
How about Tannerite?
Yeah, we'll all have helmets with just big, yeah.
1 pound cans of Tannerite
Yeah.
taped to them.
You know, just a question about the trip line. I mean, I know common sense suggests
Don't step on them.
some basic response, but you know, if it was seen or spotted before it was hit, what would be the adequate response? For
Instantly hold. Instantly,
Hold,
everybody hold.
Set up a defensive perimeter,
And then
pull your guy in to disarm it.
But don't cut the wire. It's a bad idea.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to make a comment on the taps when you're running by. Make sure you do a real hard slap on the back. 'Cause the guy's got armor on. I didn't have armor on, just a little padding. I didn't feel the tap going by. And I'm not going to hear when somebody says fall back because there's
Well, it's even worse.
rounds going off.
Yeah, it's even worse in real life because a lot of stuff's going on. Ground's moving. There's a lot of noise. So you really got to make sure that guy knows. So.
Yeah, I mean, you guys see how difficult communication is here when we're all just yelling bang, bang, and you got a couple assholes in the woods with blue hats on. You know, imagine if claymores are actually going off and the 2 guys in front of you just got blown to pieces and there's live rounds whizzing over your head. it's going to get a little slightly intense, you know.
Poker factor 10, to be honest. Yeah.
So you had a comment, sir?
Everybody needs to take it back home and practice it. You can't get proficient on it coming out here once a year. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Trying to do an operation. You need to take it home. And
You're stealing my thunder. That's what I was going to close with. So. No, absolutely right. And that's what I was going to close with. So that's a great point. All right.
How many groups take it home and actually do it?
Ours does.
Who's the leader of some of these groups around here? John, South Central over here. Who else is here in groups? Are you a group leader?
Absolutely. Right here.
Yeah. You guys all
We
do
have many
this
leaders now.
Little stuff in your own little neighborhoods. But we train quite a bit with our stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes we even set up for 10 houses. And we're kicking in doors and checking for trip wires. And I'm not the guy to teach it, but I'm talking, I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, that's good.
Wondering how many people
That's
actually go home and play the game. Yeah.
We cleared the bank last week.
We do.
Doing good.
We do this once a week in Anchorage. We do this once a week. We run these drills in the woods. So if anybody wants to come and play with us, it's Wednesday evenings.
Here?
No, Anchorage. Anchorage. Yeah. So, but we can schedule it. I mean, it doesn't have to be a once a year thing, guys. I mean, how many people here are prior military and have experience with this? I mean, we got a huge fucking pile of knowledge right here, guys, that we can draw from, and we can all make each other better. This isn't a bunch of individuals. We're all in this together, right? So.
Well, there are people that, like me. I mean, I can't say that I'm up to what I was 5 years ago when I retired.
Well, nobody is, dude.
Boy,
I don't know about that.
Well, yeah, you're still like 21, dude. Come on. I just turned 35.
getting
man. I've been doing
old.
this-
I'll tell you, talking about getting old. Man.
No, I do have a question.
Over here on the wheeler because I don't want to walk up from over there. Half the time when they train, I sit over there and I got to watch, kind of, walking through the woods.
Have you guys discussed if you're taking fire, like actions during fire? Like, let's say if you're one of your guys go down, have you guys talked about all of that? Because like.
No, that's step 7.
I
We're
mean-
still on 3, dude.
Okay, well.
No,
We're just trying to move as a squad at this point. So.
okay.
So definitely take this with you, right?
There is a separate.
Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. All right. So don't train till you get better. You got to train at this level and then keep training at that level. Does that make sense to everybody? All right. One last comment. Anybody?
Yeah, I got another one. I got a handful, but I ain't got time for the day. I see a lot of people wearing radios because everybody know what everybody's frequencies are.
We talked about that before.
Okay.
We briefed that.
Good.
So, all right. This guy had his hand up, sir. Let's be respectful and listen to his comment.
Exercise, because you shouldn't be surprised showing up here that you're getting winded and not able to make the runs. This should be something that you're able to do when you bring this home.
Well,
I was surprised last year. I got completely out of breath. It hadn't been that long since I was out of the military, so keep in shape.
some of us have a harder time keeping up than others.
A lot of some of us is coming from over that side of the crown. Go ahead.
I was just going to add in that in Anchorage, when we're practicing the patrols, we're doing PT too. You know, so we're training on fundamentals for the human body, not just.
We'll do an hour and a half
this
PT, and then run an hour and a half of
specific,
drills
that
in the
it
woods
transfers
once
over.
a week. So.
Oh, is that what you guys do?
That's what we do every Wednesday.
We have a Wednesday night PT, yep.
Yeah, we're 3 hours in the wood, 3-4 hours every night, every once a week. So, all in all, I thought it went great, guys. Like I said, this is step 1. So get to know everybody, start working together, sharing tactics, and we can only get better, right? Hoorah!
Hoorah.